How's it going, everyone? Session here. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. We have ourselves officially the 7.2 patch notes, the preliminary ones, however. So not every single detail is going to be here, but we do have the patch notes for 7.2 Secrets of Eternity coming out this Tuesday, literally. Only like a few more days left before we actually get our hands on this new patch. And I'm telling you now that I'm actually so excited because there's a lot of content in this game that I'm definitely looking forward to. And I've been really just like loving Dawn Trail as an expansion so far. So knowing that we have ourselves a new patch on the horizon already underway, it's definitely time for us to get started and take a look at what we got going on. Okay, so of course we have ourselves a trailer here, which like, you know what? Let's get like a glimpse at that, you know? Oh,
Since time
chills
immemorial,
every time.
life has used death to facilitate adaptation in an ever-changing environment. The old and infirm
Oh
are
my
weeded out,
gosh, it's so
while the
good
species
actually.
thrive.
I'm so hyped.
Generational succession.
A Cold Crescent's gonna be so good.
There are beasts ahead of you. They must have gotten in and made themselves at home.
Yes. A Cold Crescent boss is gonna be so good
Detecting
actually.
something. You'll have to deal with it to continue on.
This looks so interesting.
Even during the war,
We got an idea what that is now, which is also really cool.
it meant a lot to them.
Dude, Sphene is kind of scary now, honestly. Oh, Cosmic Exploration is without a doubt
Precise measurements.
one of the content that I'm so looking forward to. I can't wait to Cosmic Exploration, actually. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good.
We have enough to proceed with an analysis.
Gets me every time.
Died? Whatever do you mean?
I can't wait for this mode, man. Secure is such a good game mode. It's so glad to see them bringing it back, actually. I can't wait. Oh, there's Underkeep.
Is immaterial. For the seeds we've
Ooh,
sown
Recollection
have
Trial. That move
already
looks so
quickened.
good. Rose of May. Ooh. Absolutely.
The people have glimpsed
It was one of the Savage
hope in
bosses. I think that's
transcendent
M7.
death,
That's
and they can
M6, I
still
think.
turn away from it.
Now I think that's actually M8, which is very interesting, actually. They never really show the 8th, the 4th turn, so... And this is guaranteed confirmed M5. So we know this much, too. Ooh.
We have important business with you. We left something in your keeping. The key to interdimensional fusion. You will kindly return it to us. Yes?
Can't wait. Can't wait. Now I do apologize if that was loud because even that was for me in my own ears as well, but it's okay though. So I think realistically that patch trailer has me unbelievably excited. The raids look really cool. I'm very intrigued by it though because normally whenever you go through the patches trailers that they revealed, like the ones on like the live letter for example, they don't show you the fourth bosses, you know. You always see the first like one through three maybe. So because I'm pretty sure when we went through the live letter trailer for like the raids here, I think I don't remember them actually showcasing like Wicked Thunder, for example, you know. So I do think, however, they did showcase the four. So like we'll see when we get there, but you know we'll digress until we actually hit that patch section. So, anyways, moving on. So of course, with the patch, we have ourselves some main scenario quests being added, right? So they're gonna cover a lot of details on that. This picture looks so like, you know, because I'm really wondering what is Fiend's game right now? That's actually one of the most like thrilling questions I've been trying to figure out for myself for such a while. Ever since the reveal with 7.1 about like what's going on with her, you know, it's kind of been like even like a further thought process of like I don't actually know. So we'll definitely see how that kind of plays into it. I'm looking forward to that like a whole lot. And then of course we have ourselves the Arcadian. We have the new raid tier. We have ourselves the this is the boss right here for M5. I'm actually under the impression that this is the boss from potentially like the final turn. So this might be M8. Now, I also have kind of made a realization that if you I've heard that there's like a theory going around about these two because this is Brute Bomber, right? And then this guy is apparently like the final boss in the cruiserweight. So like we'll see how that comes into play, but I've heard a rumor about this person that there's actually like a resistance coalition, if you will, against like the Arcadian. So to give like a little bit of context on the story before Arcadian, right? Like it's like a championship arena, like a wrestling or like versus battle thing, right? So it's like a competition, like a entertainment, like WWE, if you will, to keep it very short and concise. However, there's like a secret plot in the midst of it where people are infusing themselves with souls in order to actually transform into these monsters and make the spectacle that it is. But um the soul resonance is tied to like this infusion where like essentially you kind of reach a point of no return in terms of like your like fusion with said monster, and it's actually like a thing that's killing people like who are transforming with their souls. And so you go through something called necro something like psychonecrosis, right? And it's almost what you may have seen with like Wicked Thunder if you did like the Savage version. So there's like a theory in mind about how deep are you in like that grip of psychonecrosis where you can't return back to like your normal form, because you should be able to interchangeably go back and forth between like being your normal self and like the raid tier. So I've determined the theory that there's like a secret coalition within the people that are actually part of the like federation, if you will, where they're actually trying to plot against uh the Essential Arcadian Championship like committee, because like they're also doing their homework and realizing that like psychonecrosis is like very dangerous, obviously. Anyways, that's the like the whole thing. So I think that these two are actually like in an alliance together where they're trying to actually take down the committee because of the championship being like a dangerous place, because everyone kind of has like an idea that like you reach like the state of godhood and like fame and fortune, but at the cost of like your life. So it's the Arcadian story mode is so good. I highly recommend that you take a crack at it, and of course it's going to get even deeper when the patch comes out. So definitely looking forward to more of that to come for sure. Then we have side quests with Corrin Servant. I love that everyone has been so like obsessed with Corrin Servant. Actually, so funny. And apparently we're getting there's like a new buddy that the Corrin Servant is getting as well. So that's also like pretty cool to see it come into place. So it's not possible to perform repairs and access weather forecasts while playing New Game Plus. That's pretty cool. Okay. Oh, I need to I am currently logged in, and I have to just keep the audio available. But if I click out the game, it doesn't work that way. So it's okay now. We're good. So there's new rewards for Lobo skin, treasure maps, and Brock skin. I don't think they actually explained any details as to what that could be, but I mean, I'm sure we're getting like something like new glamour crafted wise, so that's gonna be really fun. We love us some glam. That's the true end game, right? So definitely looking forward to that. And same thing with the rewards in Cenote Jagara also. That's cool. In terms of voyages, new areas and items, submersible going up to 130, which is cool. New housing stuff for furnishing, which is also cool. Oh no, rather well, that's also like a given, but no, SSAO can be disabled now for indoor furnishing. So here's what it is on, and here's what it is off, which is also actually, it's pretty cool. So I like that actually. A warning message will not display on screen when entering a garden of an estate scheduled for auto demolition. Ooh, okay, there's that. So then there's furnishing design contests have been added. So we have this contest. This is from 2022, which is like a while now. I'm thinking about it. But look at the jobstone thing. That's really cool, actually. And they also included Viper and Picto. I like that. Also, that cupboard is really cool. I actually like a lot of this stuff. That fountain is so pretty, actually. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of this come into play. I'm like, I have a medium plot and I have not touched it, and everyone's gonna get mad at me because they're like, oh my god, like the house has been like empty for the longest time. I just kind of own it for the sake of like owning it, but I'm like bad at like furnishing designs. So I've actually asked a friend, and then they said that they'll they'll design it for me, and I like their work. So I'm looking forward to being able to like put that into place. So we'll see. So yeah, this door looks so like scary. You know what I mean? Why is this like a why is this like a thing? This is like the most ominous door ever. I feel like I would not want to know what this actually entails, but I mean, we'll digress. I thought it was like a hot dog thing. Isn't that one of the Heaven's Turn looking like the? I think so, right? Kind of. No, it looks like a trophy, like a You can put trophies up, actually. Okay, I was trying to figure out what that was for a moment. Okay. That chandelier was cool. I like that, actually. That tree is also really cool. New equestrian rolls, new aquarium fish. New seed for flower pots have been added. Cool. So you have that for the material supplier. Then we have new prizes available for purchase using MGP, and then new cards for Triple Triad, which will be interesting. And then we have a new field category, or operation. Wait, I said that horrendously. A new category of field operation has been added to the challenge log, which is cool actually, because field operations, the current catalog that we have for that is like derived from Eureka, which is cool, but you know, Eureka and Baja are two different field operations that we kind of have as a result. And the cool thing, at least, is that we're getting, of course, Occult Crescent, the third edition to that. And so them actually like adding to that challenge log for that is also like really, really cool. So looking forward to that, actually. And then, of course, there's been additions made to do support with Second Temple of Karn and then the Underkeep, which is the newest engine coming out for Dawntrail. So the real important thing here is that Karn is actually like a dungeon that we've had like at level 35 for the longest time, and then it's been one of those optional dungeons that you can go into and it offers like a challenge, which is like pretty cool. And so for the first time ever, it's actually being do supportable, meaning that you can go in with NPCs, and it makes me wonder like how much of it are they changing, because the last dungeon that they did this with was Holly Tolly, and that's a level 20 dungeon. And the actual nice thing that I liked about that is that they actually kept the sorry, I'm making like a picture in the background. They actually made the only adjustment that they made was the dungeon bosses themselves. So I'm pretty sure the only ones that they changed were Firemain, the first one, and then the final boss, but the middle boss is still there, the Thunderglaive. So I'm wondering like what did they change exactly in mind with this boss, because I'd be kind of curious to see like if there's anything in mind that they kind of were, you know, working on, thinking of, you know, whatever that it could possibly be. I'm not entirely sure, but like we'll see. It's gonna be a fun thing to kind of take a peek at, honestly. I'll look at that for sure. And then of course, following additions have been made to Wondrous Tales. We get new prize available in exchange for Chloe's gold certificate accommodation. So, you know, every single raid tier, whenever we get the new tier coming out, we get ourselves the newest edition of the chess piece that has like a pencil opportunity. So that's gonna be really cool, and definitely looking forward to that as well. And so, you know, we gotta, I mean, I never get the gold, but if you have the gold, then you can do that, and it's like a nice like solid chunk of gil you can make. So that's really cool. And then they also added Underkeep and Juno First Walk to Wondrous Tales, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Duty roulette names have been adjusted. So wait, what? Oh, this is in the description for Wondrous Tales. Okay, gotcha. So leveling dungeons 51 to 79. Oh, I see. They break it down in terms of like gaps of levels. Right, because they're not including like the 70s and 80s. Yeah, so this makes sense actually, because like, you know, 71 through 70 or 51 through 79 includes like 60, 70, right? But that's not correct, because if you do the dungeons, it doesn't technically count. So they're just now splitting it up so that it's basically any of the 1 through 9 dungeons and not like including the 0. And the same thing applies it for here with Endwalker and Dawntrail as well, which is cool. And then over here you actually have like high level dungeons, which is the 50-60 ones, and then 70-80 for the other ones. So that makes sense actually. The requirement for high level duties to display has been adjusted. Players must reach within the cap of at least one disciple of war and magic, and it changes to now players must complete all of the main scenario quests of the latest expansion. Oh, so essentially I think what this means is, for Wondrous Tales, based on your level, you would get the duty that is capped up for your level. So like if I was like level 79, but let's say like I'm still in the beginning of like Stormblood, which is like a lot, it's possible, but like if I was in Stormblood expansion wise with like a level 79 job, then duties will appear in my Wondrous Tales that could be as high up as 79, which like is tough because you can't access that if it's like, you know, the Mount Gould Shadowbringer's end dungeon, but like you're still in Stormblood, right? So now players must complete all the main scenario quests of the latest expansion, meaning that, you know, you have to actually complete the MSQ for the content to give you not what is past your level, but what's like what you've actually completed. So that's good. It makes Wondrous Tales a lot more accessible for players who are actually going through it, like, you know, like the current variation, if you will. But it's, I mean, I'm assuming though as a result that you have to complete Dawntrail, so which is again still like a good thing, but you know, it is it's better that they actually just make that make sense, and I think that they've done that, so that's a good thing in my opinion. So this change is actually very cool. I'm actually looking forward to see like how that actually translates into the situation, so we'll find out. Following editions and adjustments to full hollows. So yeah, they're changing Jade Stoa. We love Byakuya. We'll miss him dearly. And now we get Suzaku. And I'm telling you right now, this trial's gonna be Suzaku trial's gonna be so tough in Party Finder, just because I don't think people realize that like some mechanics in Suzaku are kind of like a lot actually. So like we'll find out, but I'm just letting you know it's gonna be tough. It'll be fun though, so I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, in order to actually unlock Hell's Key or Unreal, you have to actually complete Hell's Key or Normal, not the Extreme. So you know, just go through the MSQ for that situation. It's not quick, but it's it's still a really good storyline. So I definitely recommend it. And then most likely going into the next patch for 7.3 in the future, we'll get Seiryu, and so that'll be the conclusion for Stormblood Trials. So Suzaku is the next one in line. And then the mount that we get is oh, I forget what the name of this thing is called, but this mount is really, really cool. You see it it's in Dontrell area, I feel like. But that'll be a cool mount to acquire, so I'm definitely looking forward to being able to acquire that. It's looking really, really cool. Duties recorded via recorder have been changed, so they took out took out Thalia, the Trials, and Savage 4, and then they kept the Trial, and they've kept the Savage, and they just added Juna First Walk, so that's cool. We got new emotes. Okay, the fact that you can do this is actually pretty funny. The dizziness is okay. You can get like a little concussion vibe, but like chocobos around the head. That's really, really cute. I'm actually going to assume for this right away that this is the PvP emote. Normally there is like an emote that comes attached to PvP with the new series pass. So last time we had the attend emote, which is the like the attention one. So this most likely will be the PvP emote that you can acquire, which is cool. Tome Scroll and Study have been added to special tab of the emote window. Tomes? Oh, okay. Tome Scroll and Study. We'll have to look into that. Cool. Battle system. So now, wait, the following actions can be queued for execution. You can use meal, medicine, and sprint. What? Wait, that's... Huh. That's like a very fascinating change. Wow. Huh, okay. Well, I mean, I can't, that's gonna be so like weird to like get used to, just FYI. So in case you're like, what does that mean? Basically, like you can, whenever you want to use this is gonna be really helpful for like potions and for sprint, especially. The food I don't really think so like too much, but like we'll see. But essentially, if you're in the middle of a combat, for example, right, and let's say you want to use like an attack, like a GCD, for example, then normally like there's like a little bit of like a latency delay in terms of like when you press your buttons and when they come out. So you kind of have to press buttons ahead of time to actually activate the thing, right? So there are certain abilities that you have to actually like press in between that window of GCD timing to actually like use the thing. And potions is one of those like really important ones you got to use because like it helps with your damage, for example. So now you can actually queue those things in the pipeline of like pressing your buttons instead of having to like time it after the timing comes off. So you'll kind of reduce like a bit of a clip, if you will. So like these can be pressing these can be like a little bit wonky when you're trying to fit it in like that window, but it'll be easier to do this now because you can actually like precast it, if you will. It doesn't make sense when I explain it to you, but once you actually start like pressing that button, it'll make a lot more sense when you actually like go for it. So yeah, it's really cool. New dungeon, we have Underkeep added, which is awesome. So if I'm correct, I believe, is this the dungeon where does it drop 735 gear now? No, that seems too high, I think. Or is it 725? I think it's 725 gear. So this will be really cool to check out. We'll see. Inner sync. Item level sync has been added to the following duties. So we have Tender Valley, Shadeborn, and Ueda Waterfield Station are 730, which is cool. So there's that. After beginning a boss encounter in any dungeon introduced prior to 7.0, the shortcut will take players to the boss's area entrance. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Okay, that's actually kind of nice. So instead of like, I'm guessing it's like instead of waiting for the timer to go off, right? Let me read that again. Wait. After beginning a boss encounter in any dungeon prior to 7.0, the shortcut will take players to the boss area. Oh, yeah. Okay. I get that, actually. That's cool. That works out. I like that, actually. New trial, we got Recollection. Oh, looks insane. I'm looking forward to that. 715 minimum to get into the actual normal version, and then the extreme version is 730. So we'll see how that comes out to us. The weapons for this one should be 740 45, I believe. So like, in a sense, you're going to want to actually acquire this weapon to go into the like Savage Raid tier with, if you're trying to do that, because that weapon will be very helpful actually to progressing it forward. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be 745 weapon, so that's more valuable than like the 750 or 740 with a pentabelt. I mean, you know, so we'll see. But this, I mean, it'd be really cool. Looking forward to it. You got Healthcare and Rio, So of course, 695 is the item level requirement. So you still want to bring, you know, gear at least to that level to kind of go into and doing it. I mean, I'm kind of sort of expecting this one to be a challenge for sure. We'll see. So there's that. The drop rate. Okay. The drop rate for Wings of Ruin and Wings of Resolved has been increased. So now the actual possibility of getting them out is up, and then also you can exchange the totems for Solution 9 and actually acquire both the wings from Everkeep as well as Wakol, which is great because that way you're not sitting there like farming potentially, you know. Now your totems can be like used, which is nice. The new raid dungeon for Cruiserweight has been added. The minimum to get inside is 715, which is cool. And then also the crafted gear will be 740. So if you get that crafted gear, like you're set to go pretty much. So that's gonna be cool. And then of course you have yourself the all the items you can get: accessories, feet, legs, hands, body, head, and they're called Cruiser this time, which is cool. And then of course we get the Savage tier, and again it's important to note that Savage is not accessible until the week after. So it comes out 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 3 a.m. Pacific on April 1st, which is that next Tuesday. So this Tuesday will the patch will come out, and you have a full week between now and next Tuesday to actually like go unlock the raid tier. So there's that. And then this is M5. Oh, actually, yeah, I think this is the first boss we'll encounter, or this is the second boss. So we'll see. Let's see. So of course the item level requirement to get into it minimally is 730, and the max is 740 for the minimal for both M3 and M4. This makes sense actually. Oh, and they're calling it M4. I mean, that's gonna be tough because we kind of sort of call this already M4, you know, in M1 through 4, but it's Cruiser M1 through 4. These are still technically M5 through 8s, but I'm hoping that they kind of, we should change the letter and go to R. I think the intention was to always go to R, and then we for some reason chose M. But now that we're actually here, either they got to change this to 5 through 8, or we have to change it to R5. You know what I mean? But we'll see. But it's a whole different conversation, if anything. So, and then let's see, Babyface Champion. Babyface Champion. Wait, what does that mean? Isn't the current one like Dark Horse Champion? Babyface. That's such a weird like. No, is that like, isn't that like a weird name? Because the coffers that you get for completing content within the current raids here is, yeah, it's Dark Horse Champion coffers. Babyface Champion coffers is a very fascinating selection of a word that they use, and I haven't a clue like what that means exactly, but we'll find out. So, and of course the item level cap will be officially 760, so 30 plus what the current cap is. So 765 will be the highest item level you can acquire with the weapons, and then you can get all that stuff here as well, which is cool. Let's see. Yep, typical rules, you know, you get one coffer for the situation. If there are 5-7 players, there's no coffers. That's, yes, 5-7 are replaying a duty. Yep, cool. And then we have ourselves the CW edition of the pages in the books here too. So same thing applies, right? 8 for the weapon, 4 for the head, hands, and feet, 6 for the chest and the legs, and then the accessories are 3. And then of course you have ever charged stuff, and you need 4 for the weapon as well as the left side, and then the accessories are for 3. And then you can also trade the 4 in for the lower ones if you want to, which is cool. The following dudes have added Raid Finder. So we have Recollector Extreme, the Unreal, and the Savage Raids for the previous, or rather the current tier technically, right? So that's cool. So now this is part of Raid Finder. And then moved into Duty Finder, we also have a special Sphinx Verdant, because, you know, older trial, and then of course the old raids here. So that's cool. And then also you can officially get Echo now for doing Sphinx, which is cool. And then they also made adjustments to Juno First Walk, because now that this year's over, right? So the weekly restriction for the rewards has been removed, so now you can farm the gear if you want to. You can also farm the coins. The tattered music sheet can be found in the additional treasure coffer. It can be found in the final coffer for each party, which is cool. And then you'll do it also after each boss. So they just, you know, increase the reward for everything you get overall, which is pretty cool. Bonus experience points received upon completing the following duties in Alliance Roulette for alliances have been increased. So they have increased. Oh, I see. They've increased all of the ones from. Wait, they increased it all, right? Okay, so then yeah, you have a Realm Reborn. You have wait. I'm sorry. Labyrinth of the Ancients is one. That's a Realm Reborn. Then you have this one. This is Heaven's Ward. Then here is Stormblood. Then here's Shadowbringers, and then this is Endwalker. So they've increased the bonus points you get for actually completing these while you're doing your dailies with Alliance raids, which is really cool. And then experience points upon defeating bosses in the following Alliance raids, as well as experience points earned upon completing these duties, has been decreased. Oh, so they actually nerfed the XP bonus you get for doing the farm for the Alliance raid. I see. Because if you don't know, you can actually, a lot of players at the very beginning of Dawntrail's release were spamming Aglaya, because like you can pretty much go into Aglaya with level 90 gear and like farm it and go from 90 to 100 like very, very quickly. It was pretty insane actually. I think you can do, I think it was like you did one full run and you can be like level 91, and then when you did that again you were like almost at 91 or 92 rather, but then you would fight the first boss from Aglaya and then like peak over 92, you know. So like you can do like, I would say like close to 11 runs if you will of Aglaya in order to like go from 90 to 100. It was like pretty wild actually. Euphrasia and Thalia I don't think were as popular, but yeah, they're nerfing the XP bonus you get for doing this. So I think that wasn't intentional, which makes sense actually. So the fact that they're doing this is accurate. So however, they also I think compensated for that a little bit by giving you extra XP for doing the Alliance raid in general. So that's cool. They're giving you a better incentive to actually do the Alliance daily versus like just farming the Alliance raid. So that makes sense. When speaking to Yoshipa in Solution 9, the position of Cloud Dark Demi-Material 2 in the list of items sold on this one curiosity has been changed. The position of, oh, okay. Oh, I see. So it's made to align the with car exchange items. That makes sense actually. The following adjustment has been to through. The week restriction for obtaining Oracle tokens has been removed, and also item sync is down 735. So now we can go into do Future and Ultimate, and we can go farm it, and then instead of getting like a weekly totem, you can pretty much get as many as you want in a day, which is also pretty cool. They always do that when the new tier comes out for the patch, so we kind of saw this already happening, which is cool. So yeah, that's actually you know, it's like what it is, you know. So I mean, I've already gotten like around like 7 weapons at this point, so I'm chilling. But I'll probably go back in like later on if anything. We'll see. And then we have Allegan Tomestones of Mathematics has been added, so you can get 450 weekly. So this is, you know, the simple adjustment of they're moving out aesthetics. You know, we love the aesthetics. We're gonna get rid of that. Unfortunately, you got heliometry now, new aesthetics, and then we're gonna get a new one, and then Mathematics will become like the next one. So you know, they're just changing the color and the name. And of course we still have Poetics, which there we go. So let's see, moving forward, the deities listed within expert has been changed as follows. So now Underkeep has been added as part of that too, and then Yui Wada Field Station is also there too. So they're taking out all of the original ones from Dawntrail, so there's no more Alexandria, Tender Valley, or Shaber Deadwalk. So you know, that's kind of expected actually. And then we have now Duty Roulette level cap dungeons category has been added to include Alexandria, Tender Valley, and Shaber Deadwalk. So now you can actually do you know, they have level cap dungeons, right, in comparison to like this one. So they just kind of separate these two categorically speaking. So like you can do like a current one versus like an older one, which is also very cool. And that way also it increases the minimum item level required to go into expert, which is now 705. So this also makes perfect sense. So Recollection has been added to Duty Roulette Trial. So if you do daily and you get Recollection, it's a possibility if you're going to get 100. Also, June of First Walk will be added to the Alliance raid if you try and do that for like a daily. And then of course, normal roulette includes Cruiserweight 1 through 4. So we're going to get the new raids here in Duty Normal if you are also 100. And then of course, for the Mentor roulette, you can get Underkeep Recollection. And then of course the current rates here with the normal version. And then the minimum item level increases from 95 to 715. So there's that. And then, of course, they are making the adjustments for all of the tomes. So, you know, you used to get aesthetics and heliometry. Now you get heliometry and mathematics. So they're just making that adjustment for all the content that we kind of deal with. So it's just to compensate for the changes allocated to it. So we can kind of skip that. Same thing with the Crystalline Conflict, Frontline, and Rebel Wings. You can, you know, you still get poetics, but they just change which tomes you get for which one. Same thing with doing like ranks between, you know, all the areas that we kind of deal with. So, you know, fighting A and S ranks, fighting double S ranks, and even like doing the current 7.0 areas too, you know, same thing. And then of course they are changing the same thing for like deep dungeons, you know, for time scan, time worm maps, right? The list kind of goes on. You can know what it is. Then we got Sun Sea Sky for recollection and the raids here, which is cool. And then they also made adjustments to the boss in the second Tale of Karn. So they actually changed the Pteratosaur, which is the first boss. Then they changed the Temple Guardian, which is the Golem boss, and then the Educator is the final boss. Okay, so from what I'm understanding actually now, they have officially kept the dungeon design the same, but they have changed the bosses. Now, I will admit that the bosses that we currently have in Karn are definitely like gonna be weird for the NPCs, so I kind of get that actually. They're probably gonna simplify this a lot more so that you can avoid like dealing with the Doom, fighting the Soul Crystal to actually destroy the Golem is one thing, and then also dealing with the all the like platform stuff. So they're probably gonna get rid of like a bunch of platform stuff, which would be kind of sad, but like we'll see what it looks like when we get there. Series N for PvP will end. Series 8 will begin. So this is a mount, it looks like, which is cool. So you can get this. This is the 25 reward if you try and do PvP, which is cool. Let's see. Patch 2.3. So you can pretty much, yeah. So you want to get this mount as quickly as possible. You have 4 months to get this mount, so plenty of time. New series will of course continue in with Crystalline Conflict. They're changing it now, so like North America for us at least was Crystal now, where you want to do your rating, not rating, your PvP matches and whatnot too, so that's cool. This is let me see, this is PvP changes. Okay, so tactical crystal mobility no longer increase if it's within distance of a center point is less than the opposite point. Oh, okay, gotcha, it makes sense actually. Building teams clear progress speed is no longer increased at checkpoints. Okay, and then the following keybinds have been added, allowing direct targeting of opposing players. Oh, you can actually party or there's like you can target each particular member. That's cool. All right, I like that actually. Frontline, the following adjustments have been made to the battle high rating gained upon KOing or assisting. You get 8 now for KO instead of 10, but you now get 4 instead of 2 for an assist. Oh, so they're rewarding players better for assists and not as impactful for getting KOs. This actually makes sense because getting a KO is actually like a little bit on the tougher side, if you will, for like frontline. I will say that much too. So, you know, like getting a KO, again, it kind of depends on the latency. So at least with the assist though, you can be helpful with assist. So this is actually going to give a lot of players even higher incentive to be able to get like battle high. So it's going to actually make frontline quite 2 to 4 doesn't seem like a lot, but I assure you that's a lot, because 5 assists going from 5 to 3 is actually like a chunk, you know. And so especially when you kind of double that number, because then like you can get like 10 assists to get to 20, and then instead it's like you need 5, you know what I mean? So it's a chunk, trust. We got Borderlands Ruins Secure campaign return. The map looks so good. I'm actually very intrigued to see it because we saw a little bit of like the play testing and how you did it in the live letter, which is really cool. So I'm like definitely looking forward to seeing how it plays out itself as well. So I'm like super excited for the situation. So the terrain of the arena has been adjusted. They actually added like key location distribution, and then personal equipment has been added as well. So now you can teleport to the top, which is also really cool. I'm pretty sure you can still mobility drop down to the bottom, which is nice because that's like really cool tech that people like don't often take advantage of, except for like certain scenarios. So the fact that you can actually do both of these is pretty cool. And then there's different tactical points, there's different key flag locations. The commander system is now been deployed, so there's new different enemies now. So there's one called the perimeter cannon. It by enjoying this attack, players may increase their rating and gain tactical points in their team. Yep, that makes sense actually. And there's towers, everyone's favorite. And then there's the node. Then there's like a golden node, which is like a more XP thing. Wait, when it interrupts with HP nodes reaches 0, gain all HP up to 5 times. Oh, I see, actually. Visual and or audio effects have been added to the moments of tactical points are awarded for defeating monsters. And, oh, okay, never getting attacked. That's cool, actually. I like that. All right, and then we have ourselves items. So, if I'm serving myself correctly, this is the tome gear. So there is the tank piece for me. I like that a lot. I like the I actually really like the maiming piece set too. So I always love when the maiming and the fending set like share each other, because and the colors like a, you know, like a little bit of a difference. So I actually really like the Dragoon Reaper set right here. This is tank set, right? Viper set and Ninja set looks really cool. I like that a lot actually. That's healer, right? Because white mage, that's really cool. I like that. And then I'm thinking this is caster, and then this is striker, and for monk and samurai, which is cool. And then this fish range. So I actually like all of this. This is really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how this works out. I definitely expect to be able to like put up some glam with a lot of these pieces. So I'm looking forward to being able to get into that situation there. Recipes added here. Looks like we have ourselves the crafted, I think it's the crafted set actually. So this is really cool actually. Let me think actually. Gunbreaker, right? And then is that what is that, like black mage? I think it's black mage actually. That's striking. There's healing. There's P range. I think that is maiming right there, right? Okay, we got a little bit of vibe actually. The dying interface has been adjusted. The adjustment is to accommodate the additional dies due to implementation in patch 7.21. So if you don't actually know, I did actually mention this during the live letter, and also like other previous streams, but they did. So if you wanted a confirmation on when they actually confirmed die, they actually confirmed that die was being added in the live letter. They didn't actually confirm it like on purpose, but they kind of showcased like a thing. But Yoshi P won a green die that was acquired during cosmic exploration during like the roulette thing, and the name of that die was translated to metallic cobalt green, which it doesn't we don't have one of those inside this game, and people thought it was like a text translation, but that's actually like a new die. It wasn't incorrect, it was actually like the correct die. So we are officially getting new die coming into 7.21. So it sounds like though we're getting new die not right away into the Tuesday patch, so we would have to, I'm assuming, wait a month. It sounds like some of that die is coming with the cosmic exploration, which is fine. But I'll be very shocked to find out if they actually implement this at the release of the patch as well. So I'm assuming that they're changing the interface to kind of accommodate the adjustment, but I wonder if we can get like a teaser, if you will, what the die colors would look like. Because I mean, we know for sure there's at least one, so let's assume that there's like hopefully one of each like pigment. So we'll find out. Now the following items have 2 die channels, so we're getting new double die gear. Oh, this is all of the Baja weapon stuff, so that's cool. Actually, I like that a lot. Yeah, so these are all of the 485 weapons right here. All the augmented ones are the 500 weapons stuff, which is cool. Recollection is the 510, which is really cool. And then Law's Order is the 515. And then sorry, what was that? 500, 510, 515. Because augmented Law Order is, I think that's actually 515. I forget actually. And then you get the blades, and then this is 535. So that's gonna be really cool. You can actually double die these now. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing like how that kind of comes to play. And then of course all of the replicas, it looks like as well, that kind of comes into account with that as well. So all the Boja weapons officially can be double dieable, which is really cool. The augmented temple gaskins, healer robe. Oh, wait. I was like just quickly checking to see if it was like I thought it was this stuff here, like the 50 level stuff, but I guess it wasn't the case scenario. I don't immediately know what that's from, but that's cool. Let me see. Lightsteel, Galeris, and stuff. Oh, this is that's like a When We're Born stuff. Oh, okay. Plainless Skirk, Best God Never Company, Hat Tabard, Flat Cap, White Barret, Collier Mask, Exorcism Cap and Flyers. Oh wow, they're actually adding so many more double die stuff to it. That's actually really cool. This is a lot of stuff from the you can get this all like in the market board. Oh, the Tau shirt, okay. That's really cool. The ribbon, okay. I think the ribbon, I don't think that's the red ribbon, nor is it the Frontier one. The ribbon is the one you get from the achievement, I'm pretty sure. Most likely. Yes, it's the one from the achievements vendor. Let's see, the Island Leaf headdress, Mizo's top hat, the Campanine, okay. Chelsea's talisman, okay. The Blue Summer Morrow, okay, interesting. The Tonga, okay. The Starlight gear, Southern Seas stuff, okay. Oh, this Endless Summer stuff, okay, that's cool. Oh, Lisa's leadership attire. That's the that's her Stormblade outfit. You can officially dye that now. That's really cool. So I love that actually. Oh, and also that's her this is the what is this? This is all the Stormblood attire, and so that's really cool. They actually added Lisa's attire to this too. That's really cool. The following items can be equipped regardless of gender: black feathered and red feathered flat hats, which is cool. The following just made to glamour dresser. Okay, when creating outfit glamour, the location in which each individual gear piece was previously stored is now displayed in the log window. Oh, okay. So now a mark indicating an item can be used as part of an outfit glamour is there, and then indicating it's part of a glamour has been stated as an outfit is also. So now you can actually differentiate which ones are which is really cool because I actually like that. Because like, if you have one part of an outfit glamour, then you can't dye it currently. It's just part of a set, if you will. But if it is available, then you can dye it. It's you know, is what it is. So I like that actually. And then you can actually filter it now, which is cool, because filtering is the toughest part about that. I would say that much for sure. So, Neo Kingdom gear. This is the 700 gear. You can get it for sacks of nuts at the Until Yolol, so that's kind of expected. We got stuff you can desynth. They've secondary attributes have been adjusted for the following items. Exquisite will crossbow. Oh, this is the Viper and Pictomancer weapons you get from the Alo Island Savage. They both had crit and direct, so they changed it to be crit and determination. This is oh no, wait. Oh, I see. Vipers was crit direct. They made it crit determination, and then Pictomancers was direct crit, and they made it crit direct. Okay, gotcha. I mean, they usually do the always crit higher value stat anyway, so like this makes sense actually. Okay, cool. The description of certain pugil's arms have been updated to indicate the weapon appearance may take precedence over the display of hand gear. That's cool, actually. Okay, I like that. This is for Monk. That's cool. New points for Minor Botanist. New island gathered points. Gathering points for you have Tell. An effect now displays when the collector's standard versus collector's high standard stats are active. Cool. Fishing holes. The fish can be caught with golden stonefly nymph bait, which is cool. A feature to craft batch selected required materials and quality has been added by the crafting log. Cool. Oh, okay. So now you can click this and they'll take the minimum which you can put here, and if you can't, you do the rest. I like that actually. It's cool. Level requirement for master crafting space has been removed. Cool. Desynth cap has been increased to 740. We got the new mount for recollection. New mounts can be summoned while moving. We saw this in the live letter. Very, very cool feature. Apparently, it's like a 10-year feature that they were in the works of doing, and then they took forever, but like hilariously enough, they got it. New barding. This is cool. It's like looking like Steiner a little bit. Puppy minion. Love that. And we got new faceware. And then we have all the system stuff. Graphical updates. Graphical adjustments have been made to the player character models based on community feedback. Oh, okay. Interesting, actually. I'll have to look into that. In conjunction with these adjustments, the players contain a Fantasia from from the Moogle for a limited time. Oh, okay. So there's a wandering Moogle in Old Gridania that you can talk to that'll be available. Oh, okay. So in this case scenario, there's currently a Fantasia you can acquire in 7.2 in Old Daw by the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. And that's going away on Tuesday. So there's going to be a new Fantasia you can acquire in 7.3. So there's now going to be another one, which is cool. Shadow quality has been adjusted, which is cool. Following adjustments have been made to certain NPCs. Model quality, texture resolution, material qualities of faces have been improved. Oh, okay. Hopefully, it looks like that they touched into characters that are in like Aromaborn, Shadowbringers, and Walker, which is pretty cool. Graphical details of the following gear has been improved. Oh, this is all of the Armorborn relic stuff. Okay, relics. Yep, steel relics. Okay, AR relics. Galleon Circo. Nope, this is all the FF 2.0, not FF, but you know the 2.0 gear. You get level 50 stuff. And then also the the augmented version that you can dye. Okay, so still ARR stuff. This is Heaven's Ward gear. They did the same thing. Wait, what's this for? This is for detailing? Okay, this is detailing. Let's see. Still here. 60 stuff. Even some 70 stuff actually as well. Oh, they changed some of the even some of the online store stuff that you can work on too. They changed like the street stuff, the sandals, there's like trousers, there's the Magitech jacket and the shoes and the bottoms, the Woodland Warden's gear, the Silent Striker attire. Okay, cool. Vegetation in the following area can be rendered in high resolution. Ooh, oh, I like that actually. Okay, fire. So they did this in public areas, in cities, fields, instant events, and diadem, and then even in 3.6.0 areas for sure. And then also some things in dungeon duties, raids Eureka and Say the Queen. Cool. Adjustments made in the field operations of the following cities. Okay. Oh yeah, so they made it look more lively. I love that actually. I love when they do this. It's actually so cool. Ooh, wow, that's like a huge difference. I love that actually. Where is that at? Is that an Endwalker? I don't actually remember. That's really cool. I love that actually. So, the number of shadows cast in the rooms have been increased for the barracks areas. Okay, cool. And then, of course, the general sprint... Wait, the general action sprint now grants the jog status when the effect expires. So, jog affords a more modest speed increase, but has an unlimited duration, and the effect can be manually deactivated and expires when enmity is generated. Oh, okay, gotcha. So... Okay, so you can use this when you're not in battle. Gotcha. This is actually really cool because at least you can like moving around in the game is like fine and all, but like it's nice that you can actually do content and then pick up the pace like a little bit, you know. So the jogging thing is really cool. We saw like a little bit of that, but it made more sense to me that it's like a post sprint, if you will. Also, the fact that you can manually decrease it or remove it is really, really cool. I like that too. Action chase ruling for the combo. Oh, okay, so they changed the display mode. That's really cool. New actions corresponding to targets with different signs have been added to the general tab. Oh, yeah, so all of all these are missing in the red box. Oh, that's really cool, actually. I like that. Okay, awesome. Very, very cool. And it includes following actions and duty actions 1 and 2. Okay, cool. In order to prevent server congestion, we'll be implementing multiple field instances for Solution 9 Heritage Found and new areas added in 7.2. Okay, for congestion. Makes sense, actually. New achievements have been added for the tank stuff using the raids here. Cool. New items can be attained from click expression ventures. Okay. And then the guild currency symbol now appears next to the normal in guild. Oh, okay, gotcha. So the guild symbol doesn't actually appear. It just shows you the number. So they kind of just made it look a little bit more logical. That's cool. So I like that actually. We can the gear, trade items, and display in the log window. Okay. Following online stats will now display when display class or job actions with nameplate is selected. Oh, I see. Okay, so when you're looking for... Oh, okay, gotcha. This makes sense, actually. Okay, cool. New accents for the portraits. Cool, I like that. Oh, I'm guessing this is the PvP. This is the PvP stuff, so that's pretty cool. New portrait accent. We got the fruit plate here. So this is what the... So if you clear the Futures River in Ultimate, this is the adventure plate that you can wear, which is really, really fancy. Love that. And then the depth of field effects have been adjusted. Ooh, wow. Talk about depth of field for real. Okay, cool. And then, of course, a ton of stickers. And then following adjustments to the blacklist. In accordance with measures introduced in patch 7.2 to prevent the identification of account IDs that are not displayed in-game, relevant saved client data has been reset. We apologize for any inconvenience it caused and ask you for your understanding as we introduce these measures. Although information registered on the blacklist has been preserved, characters blacklisted prior to 7.2 will be displayed as character name and could not be retrieved, and any saved comments will also be deleted. Fair enough. As a result, players will no longer be able to distinguish between characters blacklisted prior to patch 7.2. Okay, very cool. To have blacklisted character names displayed once more, please consider removing the relevant character from the blacklist and registering again. Oh, I see. So in order to make sure that their change comes into play, they want you to unblacklist and re-blacklist them. That makes sense, actually. And then all information registered on the mute list has been deleted. Okay, gotcha. That's cool. And then we have new text commands. Okay, new commands. Following adjustments have been made to the data center travel system. Ooh. Okay. So destination worlds are now listed in a random order. The adjustment is designed to alleviate system stress caused by players tapping to select destination worlds on the top of the list. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense actually. Yeah, because everyone always goes to like Adamantoise because of instead of the first on the list because it's like alphabetical order. So that makes sense actually. On the data center travel confirmation screen, the cursor will now be positioned above the proceed. Oh, by default, that's great because you have to like when you data transfer, the first one it highlights is cancel, so you can just kind of go faster. That's cool actually. I like that. New trophies, new stuff for dictionaries, and then achievements, sound effects. Now loading text display while logging in has been removed. Okay, cool. And then stuff has been made to the launcher. Okay, and there you have it. Incredible patch. Honestly, so much to go through with this, and genuinely like unbelievably excited. I literally can't emphasize it any further. Tuesday we officially get ourselves patch 7.2. There is a lot to cover. There's going to be a lot to do, and I'm honestly looking forward to so much of it. I can't wait to find out. So thank you much for watching. That is the official read of the entire patch notes, with a lot of skimming and a lot of like words that you probably couldn't understand what I'm saying, but hopefully you can enjoy the patches and be looking forward to what is listed below. So thank you so much for watching and tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care.